Hi everyone, welcome back to Travel Practical. This is part 2 of our Ready, Going, Gone series, focusing on traveling with kids. In part 1, we talked about getting ready for international travel with kids. And if you haven't watched that video, the link is in the description below. So be sure to watch, like, and then add your thoughts on both. Then tune back in for part 3. Now it's time to get going. Travel is a necessary part of every trip, but let's face it, getting there can often be the most stressful part of a trip, especially with little ones. What do you find most challenging about traveling with kids? Is it keeping them entertained on the plane, managing airport chaos, or something else? Let us know in the comments below. Your insights might inspire a future video. From airports to flights and customs, travel is a marathon. But with the right planning and mindset, you can survive and maybe even enjoy the journey. Let's get this video off the ground. The first step to a smoother travel day is preparation. In part 1, we go more in depth, but it never hurts to review. So here's the main points. First, pack with purpose. Your carry-on is your survival kit. Snacks? Check. Wipes? Check. A change of clothes for everyone? Yes, even you. Double check. Band-aids, pain relievers, motion sickness remedies. Check, check, check. Next, don't forget entertainment. Movies, small toys, coloring books, or even just some crayons and paper. And for younger kids, bring a comfort item like a blanket or stuffed animal. Familiar things can ease stress in new environments. Organize your documents. Make sure passports, boarding passes, and any necessary visas or health forms are ready and accessible. Take a picture of them and email them to yourself, just in case. And last, set expectations. Explain the process in simple terms. Going through security, waiting to board, and what happens on the plane. Kids handle the unknown better when they know what's coming. Speaking of expectations, set them for yourself too. There are parts of every trip that are magical, beautiful, exciting, and everything you've been dreaming it would be. Then there are parts that are just parenting in a different setting. And it's not always the fun part of parenting either. You're dealing with overstimulated, tired, cranky, hungry, hangry, messy kids. Often while you're overstimulated, tired, cranky, and hungry. Sounds great, right? You can call it the 80-20 rule of vacations. 80% of the trip is the not so fun that's necessary. But the 20% of magical moments make it all worth it. Really worth it. Don't let this scare you, but do set expectations ahead of time. Acknowledge in the moment whether you're in the 80 or the 20. And if it's an 80 moment, remind yourself that something magical might be just around the corner. Does 80-20 rule sound a bit much? Well, maybe. But starting with realistic expectations can make all the difference, don't you think? And maybe your trip will be a 70-30 or even 60-40, especially as your kids get older. Do you have another way of setting expectations for yourself or your little ones? Well, there's no one way to do this, and we can all learn together, so share them in the comments below. All right, now it's the day of. Airports are a whirlwind of activity. Exciting, sure, but easily overwhelming for kids. Here's how to keep things manageable. First, arrive early. Giving yourself extra time reduces stress. You'll have time for bathroom stops, snack runs, and even a meltdown or two if needed. Second, use family-friendly security lines. Many airports have them, and they're a game changer. Security staff here are usually more patient, and other travelers are more understanding. If you don't see one, ask. It may not be so clearly marked. Next, burn off energy. Look for or ask about play areas or open spaces where your kids can move around. If there's no designated spot, even walking a few laps around the terminal can help. Plan bathroom breaks. Hit the restroom as close to boarding as possible. Trust me, the fewer trips to the airplane bathroom make life easier for everyone. And remember, look for those special moments. The 20% of magical moments don't always come at once. Sometimes, it's the small things like your child marveling at the size of an airplane from the window, or making everyone laugh with a funny comment. By setting your expectations ahead of time, you're more likely to catch those moments when they happen. Savor them. Here's the important thing in the airport. Don't be afraid to ask. Ask where the family security line is, or if your flight has family priority boarding. Ask where you can find some good places to burn off that excess energy while you wait. Questions like these can save you time and reduce stress, so take advantage of the resources available. Let's be honest, flying may well be the most stressful part of your journey, especially when it's a long flight. There can be some special moments. Takeoff can be a thrill. Try to make it exciting. It will help a lot for any nerves. The views and clouds at altitude are beautiful, and getting the first glimpse of your destination is exciting. But much of the flight is going to be in that 80%. Little humans just aren't built to sit still for hours. At some point, they're gonna get restless. And for many kids, being on, keeping emotions and behaviors in check in public, it's exhausting. Plan ahead for moments when they can relax and let go. Give them permission to zone out for a while. And on the flight, that's a great time to do it. Remember, entertainment is key. Have a variety of activities ready. If you watched our Getting Ready video, then you should have downloaded movies or shows, packed some small toys, or brought books and coloring supplies with you. Rotate options to keep them engaged. And don't forget headphones. Snacks save the day. Airplane food isn't always kid-friendly, especially if you have a picky eater. Pack snacks that your kids will eat and are easy to get through security, like granola bars, trail mix without liquid-filled dried fruits, crackers, pretzels, dried fruit, apple slices, string cheese, or even a small pouch of peanut butter, if allowed by airline rules. The main rule here, avoid too much sugar, which can lead to crashes and crankiness. Next, dress in layers. Airplane cabins are unpredictable, so dress everyone in comfy layers. Think lightweight t-shirts, sweaters, and a zip-up hoodie. Hoodies or scarves can double as pillows or blankets if needed. Remember those slip-on shoes we wore for security? Well, off they come to stretch and wiggle those toes. Having cozy socks to slip on during flight can make kids feel more comfortable, especially if the cabin gets chilly. Layers are also practical for adjusting to different climates, from freezing airport air conditioning to the warm weather at your destination. And that's one less thing you're packing in a suitcase. Next, pick your seats. Choosing where to sit can spark plenty of debate. Well, here's my tips when traveling with kids. Head to the back. You may have heard the joke that you've never seen a plane back into a mountain. Well, here's a few practical reasons why the back of the airplane is often going to be your best choice. First, privacy. Eyes and ears point forward, so being behind most of them means less attention, especially if your child is a little squirmy or active. Second, access. The back also has bathrooms and a flight attendant station, meaning quicker access if you need something. Next, less pressure. Everyone rushes to get off, and if you've ever flown, you know the pressure of feeling like you're holding up the line to grab your bag from the overhead bin, or herding kids and bags up a narrow aisle with people on both sides. Just wait. Take your time to get your bags down once people go by. Help your kids repack tablets and toys. Chat with the flight attendant too, thanking them for anything they did for you on the flight. And ask for recommendations about your destination. They might have a little prize or sticker, which is just the icing on the cake. And there's a better chance of getting to pause and look at the cockpit on your way off the plane. And that's a thrill for kids of all ages that never gets old. Really, don't be in a rush. Remember, you hopefully planned plenty of time between flights. And if you need to go through customs, remember that family lanes can offer a chance to get around the long lines if they're available. When picking your seats, here's a lesson from experience. The back row of seats may not recline if it's up against a wall or bulkhead. Those few inches will make a world of difference on a long flight. A few rows from the very back will still get you all the benefits. If you're traveling with an infant or have some special needs or extra items, ask your airline in advance. For example, on some planes, the rows right behind a bulkhead have attachments for bassinets. If there's a specific need or reason, choose the seats that will work best for you. all other tips still apply. One last pro tip here. For takeoff and landing, give babies a bottle or pacifier to help with ear pressure. Older kids can chew gum or suck on candy. What do you think? Is there anything we missed? What are the tips and tricks for flying with kids? And what's your preferred spot to sit at? Share in the comments. The more tips, the better. You've landed. Congratulations! Now for the last hurdle, customs and baggage claim. Here's some friendly advice. First, stick together. Keep your group close as you navigate the airport. For larger families, a buddy system works well, pairing older siblings with younger ones to help keep everyone accounted for and feel involved. Assigning roles like luggage checker or water bottle carrier can also make kids feel like they're part of the team while ensuring everyone sticks together. Bright clothes, scarves, or hats also help to keep tabs on everyone in crowds. Next, use family lanes. Many international airports have expedited custom lanes for families, which is faster and less stressful for everyone. Look for them, and don't be afraid to ask if you don't see them right away. Also, prep for questions. Customs officers might ask older kids simple questions like, "Why are you visiting?" A quick heads up can help them feel prepared. And get your bags. You'll need to collect all your bags to go through customs. But since you took your time getting off the plane, you'll likely won't have to wait very long at baggage claim, unlike those who rushed ahead. With many bags already grabbed, yours will be easier to spot too. See how that worked out? Bonus tip. Have a small amount of local currency handy for tips and quick snacks upon arrival. You've made it! Now it's time to go and enjoy your destination. We'll dive into practical tips for making the most out of your time at your destination in our next video. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to get that video as soon as it drops. One final tip. Travel is unpredictable, and things don't always go as planned. But you can be ready for anything. Stay flexible. Delays happen, kids get cranky, and plans change. Take a deep breath and roll with it. Remember, these are what we prepared for. For example, keep a simple game in mind like I Spy or favorite travel activity book to redirect attention. Even something as basic as a quick snack break or silly jokes can work wonders to lighten the mood. Your calm attitude will set the tone for your family. And if you need to ask for help, ask. Flying with kids isn't easy, but with some planning and a little patience, you can make it through. Remember, those magical moments are worth it. If you found any of the tips in this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more family-friendly travel tips and destination guides. Thanks for watching, and always travel practical.